and an old woman and their son. The old man was taking care of his wife, and the son was taking care of his father. The son worked in a sawmill, and he would go there day after day. He would come home and say, "Father, I need rest. I'm sick. I don't want to go to the sawmill today." But his father said, "You know, son, I must take care of your mother, and you must take care of me. But one day, maybe one day, there will be a miracle that you won't have to go back to the sawmill, and you can stay home and take care of us." So the next day and the following day, he goes to the sawmill. One evening, they're sitting by the fireplace, and the wife made some tea. They're expecting a guest. And the guest comes, and at that time, it was a stormy night, and the wind was blowing, and their house was on a hill, and they didn't know if their guests would make it up the hill or not. But all of a sudden, there was a knock at the door. And the wife said, and she opened the door. It was the sergeant, the guest that they were expecting. They said, "Come on in. Come in and get warm. Sit by the fireplace." So they sat by the fireplace and they started to talk. And the sergeant asked, "Do you have a pipe?" He said, "Yes." And the old man said, "I have tobacco, so we can sit here and smoke our pipe." He went into his pocket. He got out the pipe. And when he got out of the pipe, something fell on the floor. He scooped it up and put it back in his pocket. The old man said, "What was that?" He said, "There's nothing that you need to worry about." He said, "Are you trying to hide something from me?" He said, "No, I'm not." He said, "This is a trinket that I got from India." He said, "Why did you tell me about this trinket?" He said, "This trinket is evil. It has 3 wishes on it. I tried to get rid of it, I tried to give it away, and I tried to destroy it, but I just couldn't." So the sergeant threw the paw into the fire, and they looked, and the paw did not burn. The old man said, "Look, it's not burning." So the old man took a rake and raked it out of the fireplace. The sergeant said, "Please throw it back into the fire. It's evil." The old man said, "Oh, that's foolish. I don't believe in that." So they started to talk again. Then the sergeant got up to leave. The old man picked up the paw, and his son ran to him. He said, "Father, is this the miracle that we've been waiting for? Is this the miracle?" And his father said, "Son, I'm not sure." And his son looked at him with teary eyes. He said, "Maybe we can make a small wish, and maybe there'll be some small evil that may come to us. We're not sure." So the son said, "Yes, let's wish for $500. So the man took the paw. He held it up. And if the paw moved, his wish would come true. He said, "I wish for $500. And the paw moved, and he threw it down. And all through the night, they went to sleep. The next day, the son went to work at the sawmill. It was towards the evening that he was supposed to be coming home. But his co-workers came to the door and knocked at the door. And they said, "Come in." And he said, "My son will be here shortly." He said, "That's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you. Your son was killed today. He walked into the sawmill. We had no control. We tried to stop him, but we couldn't. We're not responsible for the accident. But what we did is we collected some money for his burial. And we collected $500. So the next day, they went to bury the son. They went to the funeral and they came back to the house. And the old woman was so sad. She said, my son, I want my son back." And she looked at the old man And she said, we have 2 more wishes on there. He said, please tell me that my son can come back to me. The old man said, I'm not sure. Your son is dead. Our son is dead. So the wife, he was sad. So he took the paw and he said, I want my son to come back. And the paw moved and he threw it down again. And during the night, they slept. About 3 o'clock in the morning, they heard someone coming up to the door. They heard the squeaking of the gate, and they heard footsteps coming to the door. And the old woman screamed out, said, that's my son, that's my son. And the old man said, oh no, he must go back. He's not going to be the same as he was when he left here. You remember he got killed at the sawmill and he died. He's coming back from the grave. You do not want to see him. And the old woman said, yes, I want to see my son. I want to see my son. So she ran to the door. They had about 6 locks on the door. And she started slowly opening up those locks, one at a time. She opened up one lock. And the old man said, please don't open the door. Please don't open the door. And she unlocked the second lock. Please, your son won't be the same. Please don't open the door. She unlocked the third lock, and then the 4th lock, and then the 5th lock. And when she got to the 6th lock, the man grabbed the paw, and he said, my son, go back to the grave. My son, go back to the grave. And as soon as he said that, she opened the door. But she didn't see anyone. But the gate was moving as if someone had come through. I want you to remember that if you go into your pocket and you feel something strange, throw it away, throw it away. It might be the monkey's paw.